Coming up, we've got Aaron Rodgers. After his last game, now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Packers and the Panthers under the lights on Thursday night.
This is such a special place. You drive through the streets of Green Bay, no tall buildings, quaint houses, and then boom, right there in the middle of the neighborhood is iconic Lambeau Field. Tonight we start Week 11 of the NFL season with a good one here between the Carolina Panthers and the Green Bay Packers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Packer team as we enter play here. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And the offense, my goodness, over 50 points in the win last weekend. When you do that, you're not going to lose very many games, maybe not any games.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Panthers, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
Season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him to win. Williams throwing on first down. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Rashawn Gary, and there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
We talked about prior to the game, and it played out right there on the first play, didn't it? This offensive line is going to have his hands full all night long.
Well, you often speak of scripts to start a game. Does this mean that play number 2, they're going to go off the script a little bit?
Yeah, what's interesting is that most people, when they script now, they actually script those contingencies in, okay, in case they can't run the play they want to. Now, this long distance now, let's go to that play.
From the gun on 3rd down, Williams. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. That's pulled in at the 32 and past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Time to see the offense for Green Bay go to work. Aaron Rodgers leading them. What a career it's been. Came into the league back in 2005 as the number 24 pick out of Cal. So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Holding offense.
So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
Now Rodgers. Throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. The numbers last week for Tunyon. 4 catches, 70 yards.
Better tighten up the coverage if you expect to slow this guy down, because if he gets going, he'll eat you up.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards the pickup there. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
First carry now for A.J. Dillon. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A.J. Dillon, his third rushing touchdown on the year. And the Packers will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was A.J. Dillon who capped it off with a touchdown run. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much, don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
The numbers for him from a week ago, 17 carries, 64 yards.
Well, obviously he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame he was feeling pretty good and felt more recovered from last week's contest than he would have expected. Didn't seem to think this short week was going to affect him much as he chases a big performance here in prime time.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Williams. And that is incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. Fielded at about the 28. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum building.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. To throw is Rodgers. This one swung out here to Jones. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
Dillon now on 1st and 10. Oh, he pulls over it. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That good for 22 and a first down. Rodgers now to throw. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and the Panthers are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Williams. And he hits Drake. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
They go play action here on first down. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll go Madison up the middle. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line.
Holding, offense.
Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. This defense for the Packers, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield, but all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
So on now is Johnny Hecker to punt this one away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So here are the Packers now to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he almost had his 2nd pick of the game. Probably should have. Yeah, he's frustrated as it falls incomplete. On play action, now Rodgers. He's going to air one out. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. On now is the Packers punter. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. The Carolina offense about ready to go. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Williams now to throw on 2nd down. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. Running from the shotgun with Madison. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Panther football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. From the gun, it's Drake. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Now, during that run, an injury here We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Here's Williams. Off play action. And a throw there going to be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Well, another drive coming up for this Packers offense. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On third down, here's Dillon. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They run again with Dillon, and he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 12, Rodgers. He's got the hook up with Dobbs. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 43. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. Here's Rodgers. He finds his receiver, Watson. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart, because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Andy Isabella, his first touchdown on the year. And the Packers go up by 2 touchdowns. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball, because oftentimes when you empty the backfield...
And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs. And I think they're going to at least take a look at this. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and it's now 14-0. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays, and the result, a Green Bay score. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
And this drive was almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted but it winds up falling incomplete. Here's Johnny Hacker now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Let's take it inside his own 40. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. As A.J. Dillon, such a powerful runner, ready to lead this offense again on this next series. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
Now, after the loss, he'll have to navigate a 2nd and 17. On play action, Rodgers. And he fires one that's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And the Panthers are going to take over at their own 41. Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Throwing to start the drive, Williams. And he'll go underneath here to Drake. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. On 2nd down, it's Drake. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther 1st down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Williams throw complete there to Moore. Down inside the 10. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers have cut it back within a score. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it concludes with a touchdown reception by DJ Moore. Fielded just outside the goal line. Oh, a good return up past the 30. There's A.J. Dillon, such a powerful runner, ready to lead this offense again on this next series. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. He hits Dobbs on the crosser, and he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22. Rodgers going to give this one to Dillon. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. And they get 17 more on that one and another 1st down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Back to Dillon on 1st down. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
26.
On play action, it's Rodgers. And his throw here's incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He finds Watson complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Rodgers going to throw. He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Packers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. touchdowns on their first 3 possessions, and they're a PAT from going up 21-7.
Yeah, very impressive the way that they moved the football. Full command of their playbook, full command of the way they wanted to attack.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now 21-7. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Panthers going to go back on offense here late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Now Williams throwing to start the drive. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Williams looking to throw on second down. He'll set up the screen to Drake. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Williams. Now they go screen. It's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Ready, set. Liking 18.
They'll look to throw again. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we have come to halftime, and what's already halftime over? No problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a heck of a return as he goes out of bounds across the 50 inside the 45.
One thing I know for sure, the standard speech is to treat the game like it's tied. But when you have an advantage, they also tell you, make sure you don't get your foot off the gas. Message received.
Running up the middle, here's Dillon. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. To throw, it's Rodgers. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
Yeah, he is marked down right about on top of that imaginary yellow line, but they say he's a bit short. They'll run for it with Dillon. And some room to maneuver. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the fourth down attempt and keeping the drive alive? The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Again, it's Dillon. J.C. Horn up to make the tackle.
Well, praise has to go to the guys in the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's first and goal. Dillon will score. Touchdown, Packers.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. Throwing to start the drive, Williams. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
We're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
Going right side here, and that's complete. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Come on. Hey.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. The corner blitz pays off there as they sack him for a loss of 5. CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything. He's going to look deep for more.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about when we said, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask for lately because remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And as we check the next-gen stats, that play lasted just 2.7 seconds from beginning to end. It's not enough time to throw the football. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This is taken at the 15. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. There's A.J. Dillon, such a powerful runner, ready to lead this offense again on this next series. He is hoping to find the end zone for a 3rd time, and we sit now in the 3rd quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, but I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
You're always giving props to the big fellas up front.
It's always a good idea. Those are some massive men.
And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. But still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the intercept. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Rodgers. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Dillon on the inside give. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up. From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. This is Dillon on the counter, and not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher, 3rd and 6.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And that is going to sail wide right. It's no good. And this will remain an 18-point lead. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Williams now to throw on 2nd down. And his throw is going to be incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Williams. It's complete to Drake. And he is going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he hits Drake. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Here's Williams. Off the play fake. Looking left side. That's caught by Landry. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. It's a gain of 34.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. Back to throw again. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And the Panthers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? Here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. The trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give...
He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Jarvis Landry, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Panthers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead is down to 11 at 28-17. And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
A very solid gain of 27. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. 4 yards remain on 2nd down. Ball on the 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Packers are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was all capped off by a touchdown catch from Christian Watson. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory and a little bit of a...